What's going on, Shady People? ShadyPenguinn welcoming you back to another live Pokemon Wi-Fi battle today against the shady person, Adam, whose Twitter link is in the description. Or if you want a chance to be featured in one of these battles, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I ask for battles there. And if you guys are excited, please show some shady love to that thumbs down below. We had an awesome battle a couple days ago with this team, and I'm bringing it back, and I caught a lot of slack from you guys with this team because of some of my choices with my movesets and which Pokemon I'm using and what have you. And all I have to say to that is I have my reasons for why I did what I did and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I had a lot of fun. So we're just going to try to have a lot of fun again today. A little clarification. I run Aqua Jet on Sharpedo because Infernape is super common in UU, and I would probably die to a Mach Punch instantaneously. And there are plenty of things that learn Mach Punch that I want to be able to out-prioritize even with my speed boost. Smug, the Sceptile, a lot of you guys hated the fact that I'm using him as a Choice Scarfer. I want to use him as a Choice Scarfer. I mean, he doesn't hit the hardest, but he came through in the last game. And then Stay Gold was another Pokemon I caught a lot of slack for because I'm running it with Intimidate, but I'm not making it Morning Sun bulky defensive Pokemon. But I'm running with Intimidate to force a switch or to reduce the hit from a physically offensive Mon, and then to just hit something really hard. That's why I'm running Max Attack Adamant. Also, Lucario running Earthquake was because I needed a Pokemon running Earthquake, and this was the best. That was the one that I wanted to run on this team with Earthquake, because if I set up a Swords Dance, this Earthquake is going to hit hard. Of course, Fighting type and Ground type have similar coverage, like they're just perfect against Steel, etc., but in Rock. But I felt like, you know what, we want a good Earthquake user, and this looks like it's going to be one heck of a battle. Oh my goodness. Hitmontop, Donphan, Blissey. Why is Blissey UU? Who let Blissey be UU? I know that it is to a chance he's OU, Blissey's UU. I don't understand that. Can I break? Well, I mean, I have a Lucario, so luckily Lucario does a lot of work to my opponent's team. I have to watch out for getting Arena Trapped by Dugtrio. Dugtrio is a great Pokemon. My friend Nips, if you guys know him, of course you know, blind battles. He loves Dugtrio, and he's been using it in OU a couple weeks ago, and it works out. It's great, so I'm sure it's going to do great in UU. Now, he does have two ground types, which will let my Smug kind of have fun with that, but he's got a Blissey, and that Blissey is going to be a problem until we smack it with either our Stay Gold. I think that our Arcanine is going to be so important in this match. I don't think we're going to be able to set up hazards too soon because of that Hitmontop. Going to be able to spin them away. We don't have much to hit that Hitmontop with, and that's a huge threat to me because it's going to threaten my Lucario and it's going to threaten my Sharpedo. I think I'm going to go ahead though, and I am going to lead with. I'm going to lead with Stay Gold. You know what? I really feel like this Pokemon. But if he leads with Dugtrio, I'm kind of donezo. All right, I'm going to lead with Vision. Yeah, I'm going to lead with Vision. This is going to be one heckles of a long match. If we can get rid of that Sharpedo, that Hitmontop somehow, that intimidating Pokemon is going to be so good. It's going to be so good in this matchup. I feel like my webcam is really dark. I guess I'll fix it in post-production. I also didn't blur the background like a fool, but took. Okay, so he does open up with a Hydreigon, which was my fear, which is why I wanted to open up with the Arcanine. And this really stinks because he pretty much can go ahead and, I mean, he can Dark Pulse me, and it's just gonna hurt a lot. It's gonna hurt so much. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stay in and take whatever he's gonna do, and I'm gonna U-turn because he's either gonna Dark Pulse or he's gonna U-turn, and I don't really have a safe switching for either of those because the Dugtrio's there. I can't switch into something that wants to take a U-turn because Dugtrio comes in. Like, I can't switch into my Arcanine because Dugtrio comes in and smacks me with an Earthquake. I can't switch into my Lucario to try to take a U-turn, nor Dragon Pulse, nor Dark Pulse, as much as I want to take a Dark Pulse. I'm not running. He goes for the U-turn, so this is going to hurt a lot. We see that he outspeeds, and we are not fast, so it really doesn't give us too much information. But we take that like a pretty good champ, so I'm going to go ahead and say that he's most likely a Scarfed Hydreigon, but I don't want to assume that permanently. Like, we'll have to find that out by using some of our faster Pokemon. Now, our Sceptile that everyone hated me. Not everyone. I shouldn't say everyone. A lot of you guys love this team, which was awesome. But there was the naysayers are always louder. They leave more comments. Unfortunately. But Sceptile outspeeds that gosh darn Pokemon. Now I wish I would have gone for knockoff here. Even Thunder Wave just to paralyze the thing, but it has natural cure, so it's kind of pointless. We're gonna hit this thing just like that. And now what's great about my Arcanine is I can go out into my Arcanine here pretty comfortably. I can actually go out into my Lucas pretty comfortably as well. Because he'd switch out into Hitmontop. Yeah, you know what? Let's go into Lucas. Let's just try to smack this thing right away with close combat, because I'm looking at his team. He has no fighting immunities. And if he goes down to him on top, it's still gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a decent amount, and we gotta start doing damage to some things. So I'm just gonna straight up click close combat. And if he goes out into the Dugtrio, it's fine because I can E-speed that thing. I can straight up E-speed that thing. Now, granted, our defense is gonna drop once we go for close combat, so we might not be able to stay in. I'm just a little afraid to switch out into Arcanine in the next turn. I'll wait till I get there. I'm already ahead of myself. I'm already ahead of myself. I think this close. There we go. That thing is gone. Get blown back. Get rid of this Blissey. Over prediction is real. Over prediction is real. He did not want to. Oh my goodness. Now, granted, his Dugtrio coming in now is pretty scary. His Dugtrio coming in right now is going to take out my Lucario. I can get an E-speed off. He decided to let that Blissey go just to bring in this Dugtrio. And you know what? That's a pretty fair. Considering he's got a Hydreigon, that's pretty fair. I'm just gonna go for E-speed. Dugtrio is a super fast little Pokemon. Can't do much to it, so I'm just gonna E-speed, get some damage off. It'll do a good amount because this thing is Life Orb Adamant on my Lucario, and Dugtrio has like no defenses. It is the lowest HP. Come on! That would have been nuts. I couldn't go for Swords Dance because Blissey often carries Thunder Wave, and that was just not gonna be. It was just not gonna happen. Just not gonna happen. I guess I should have tested the waters for the Arena Trap, but I pretty much assumed that he had it. Now, what we can do is we can actually... The best thing to do is to probably... I guess... No. The best thing to do is just to go into Arcanine. Yeah. The best thing to do is go into Arcanine. And I'm doing this... Stay gold! I'm doing this because we have the Extreme Speed. Now, we could be really risky, predict the Hitmontop, and just go for a Flare Blitz. Actually, it could be really risky, predict the Hitmontop and go for a Will-O-Wisp. Is that worth, though? I think he's going to preserve this thing just a little while longer. It's too risky. I'm just going to E-speed. I think he's going to go out to the Hitmontop, though. It's too risky, but I think he's going to go out to the Hitmontop. This is the safer play. Because, honestly, Stay Gold taking, just straight up taking EQ would not be good. It just would not be good. But I think Will-O-Wisp would be the absolute best play, considering his hardest hitting Pokemon that's left. I mean, Hitmontop hits pretty darn hard, but Hydreigon, so we don't want to really burning that's going to do nothing. But the Chestnut being burned is really nice because okay, good, he stayed in. Woo! Woo! Okay, so there we go. That 50-50 paid off. Wasn't really a 50-50. It was more like a 75-25 in E-Speed's favor. Because at the very least, you get damage off of Hitmontop and you can switch something in. We haven't got rid of the Hitmontop yet, so we can't set up hazards, although I can kind of force it in by setting up hazards, which is something we're going to do probably very soon. I'm most likely going to do that very, very soon. Yeah, because we can force it in, then we can get a slow Volt Switch off as it rapid spins. We won't set up anything crazy. Maybe looking at his team, we'll just set up a layer of spikes. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, the Donphan could be the spinner. I don't know why I automatically assumed the Hitmontop could be the spinner. Donphan spins. It's roly-poly.deck. It can spin. Donphan's actually going to come out right now, which is pretty scary. And he might set up his own Stealth Rocks here. So now I have to decide, do I want to go into Smug? Do I want to go into Vision? I don't want to go into Vision. Do I want to go into Smug or Stalker? Those seem like my two options. Stalker can take an EQ, Smug can take an EQ, and then threaten back with some grass type moves. But right now he's got a Chestnut which wants to come in on Smug, and he thinks that he wants his Hydreigon wants to come in on a grass type move. Looks like Sharpedo is going to be the one to finish up this match. Unless Stay Gold wants to come through again. So we're going to get our Mega Sharpedo in at some point. But we're going to go on into Stalker for now. In case he does decide to just set up Stealth Rocks, we have the spinner right here. If we want to take advantage of it, we can spin them away. We can even try to find out which Pokemon. He goes for a straight up knockoff. That's fine. That's a pretty good play. Oh my gosh, that thing is adamant. Is that thing banded? I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks because I just want to see what this thing wants to do. That was so much damage to a max defense Stalker. Like, he's stalking all over the place, and look at that damage. Am I wrong for thinking that's a lot? I don't know. It's non-stab, but it's knockoff. I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough call. If I open up the damage calcs, of course we could figure it out right away, but I'm not trying to do that right now. I'm not trying to have a friendly Wi-Fi battle with a shady person with damage calcs. You're out of your mind. You guys don't know? I started playing Undertale on Twitch, and it is by far the coolest game. He's going to withdraw Donphan. If he goes on to his Hitmontop, I'm going to go and say Hitmontop's his... No, it goes on to Chestnut, okay? That makes a lot of sense. I'm a little scared now. This thing is terrifying. Chestnut can really put the hurt on. So we have our rocks up. I think Chestnut can actually get Rapid Spin as well, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm just going to get a slow Volt Switch off, let this thing do what it wants to do, and I'm just going to get out of here. Hopefully he just wants to Drain Punch. Please don't set up a sub. Don't set up a substitute. I really don't want to see that. I don't want to see a substitute right now. It would make my pajamas crawl right back into bed. Right back into bed. I don't know what that means. No idea. No idea what that means. Ah, come on. Don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me, man. I really don't want this done to me. I don't want this done to me at all. There's no desire for Leech Seed. Yes, that's amazing. That is amazing. I opted to set the Leech Seed up before going for the sub, which is fine by me because I'm getting the heck out of here. I'm getting the heck out. Look at that damage. That is straight damage. Okay. So now we can opt to go out into Stay Gold, which is our best bet. Because he doesn't really have a switch in for a Flare Blitz. I mean, Hydreigon and an intimidating Hitmontop, perhaps, but no, I wouldn't really call that a switch in. I would not really call that a switch in. Now, he could go for the Spiky Shield, so I think I'm actually going to go for the Flare Blitz. I'm sorry. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Because I see him switching out. And I wouldn't mind burning anything he has left. Obviously, the Hydreigon doesn't matter as much. There's the Spiky Shield. I wouldn't matter as much. But you know what? His U-turn would do less. And we get residual damage. So, protects himself with Spiky Shield. Now, we have to decide, do we want to Flare Blitz? I want to Flare Blitz now. I was mainly Will-O-Wisping because either Spiky Shield... Spiky Shield was real. And if you switch something in, I'm totally fine with burning anything. But... now that we've seen the Spiky Shield, I'm totally fine with smacking anything with a Flare Blitz. Granted, I think that me showing the Will-O-Wisp makes him want to stay in. Yup, there it is. Playing it. Yo, am I reading a book? Someone give me a book. Are we at the library? Wow. I don't like that. I don't like that. I do not like that. All right, so that is something I don't like. Oh, wow. Chestnut, you bulky. That's a Stab Adamant Max Attack Flare Blitz. Can we... okay. All right. I'm doing it, Tom. I'm doing it. I'm switching out into Smug because if he goes for, I predict him to either, I really think he's going to Spiky Shield. That's the basic play for sure. But he could Leech Seed predicting a switch. So he actually, darn it. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Ah, it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, I can't smack this thing super darn hard. A Dragon Pulse won't take him out. But a Focus Blast just might. Oh, I don't want to run the damage calcs. I'm going for Focus Blast. We're just going in. We're going in. Are we going to land this? And if we land it, is it going to knock him out? Am I going to be justified? Come on. Yes! Is it going to knock him out? Am I going to get justified right now? Instant justification. Yes! Oh my gosh! Let's go! Woo-hoo! Yes! Everyone laughed at you, Smug. Everyone turned their noses to you. And no, I am happy with your... look at this. Yeah, I can't go for Focus Blast because of Bulletproof. I know that. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. All right, so I'm kind of expecting a Leech Seed. And I have to switch out, unfortunately. So we're going to go on to Division. Just because it's kind of the Pokemon that I don't care about at this point. My opponent has Chestnut, Hitmontop, and Donphan left. So I'm not trying to care too much. Dude, getting rid of that Blissey like that was just too good. I'm gonna go for the Thunder Wave here to paralyze this bad boy. It is already pretty slow, but I wouldn't mind. You know what? No, the thing is that I don't want to U-turn into a Spiky Shield. You know what? No, we're just gonna U-turn. Dude. Forget it. Don't give me that nonsense. I think Bulletproof stops Focus Blast. I could be wrong. I don't really know what Bulletproof stops. We're gonna learn together right now. I don't mind looking this up. I'm U-turning on his face. Bulletproof. Does it stop focus blast? It looks like it does. Yes. Haha. My guessing skills are on point. So we got a U-turn off. I'm kind of expecting the lead seed, so I am just going to go out into Smug. I'm just going to go into Smug because I expect a lead seed right now. Oh, spikes. Yo. So spikes, lead seed, spiky shield. And the only thing I really have to hit this guy with is Dragon Pulse. So I'm going to go for it. I don't think Bulletproof stops Dragon Pulse. If it does, I'm going to scream. There's that spiky shield. Let's see if it comes up with Bulletproof or just let it protect himself. Okay, protects himself. I'm doing this because Chestnut can't do anything to me. I mean, he's getting his spikes up. That kind of stinks. I could always spin them away if I really want to, because his last two Pokemon are Hitmontop and Donphan. And basically, I think that Sceptile is going to be the one. I thought that it doesn't matter. I think Sceptile is going to finish this up for us because I don't know. I guess Sharpedo has a higher chance of doing it, but Sceptile just the super effective damage to Donphan. Hitmontop doesn't really. I mean, he might be Assault Vest, but he's been saving it, so it makes me think that he's just like a crazy late game sweeper. But there's no Hitmontop set that's going to be a late game sweeper, especially when my team's not really worn down. So Dragon Pulse is good. It's a crit. Smug. Where are you? Where are you? I don't know where my Mega Sceptile is, but it's somewhere around the room. He's roaming. He's roaming in joy. Woo! Everyone laughed at you. You know what? And who's laughing now? Smug's laughing now. That's right. Smug's laughing now. Donphan? Ain't nobody care. What are you gonna spin away my rocks? You're gonna spin away my rocks? I have a fortress with your name on it. I have a fortress with your name on it. Right now. Right now! There's a fortress coming through. It says Donphan on his chest. Right across his nipples. Right there. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We all have nipples. You may not know that. Your parents may have never told you. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the fall for this one. We all have them. Okay, so Sceptile is going to get the heck out of here. Stalker comes in. Literally, you see Donphan. Oh, you can't see the front of him, otherwise you'd see Donphan written right underneath his eyes. It's gonna go for another knockoff. Makes sense. We're gonna take that. I still think that's banded. That is out of control. Now, do I want to rapid spin or do I want to set up my own spikes? I guess we just rapid spin. We can't Volt Switch out of here at all because it's a Donphan, but it looks like we are going to go down to the next knockoff anyway. That's 100% choice banded. There's no chance that's not choice banded. So we're gonna see. I think Sceptile's gonna be the one. I really think Sceptile's gonna be the one. Oh, and you know what's gonna be great? If this Hitmontop has Mach Punch and my Sharpedo gets to go through all of that, I would love it. Now I don't want to go for Waterfall because Donphan is pretty bulky. I mean, granted, he does seem banded, so he might not be a bulky variant, but I think just going out into Smug is the safest play here. As much as like I said, I want to get my Sharpedo in. The Intimidate possibility on Hitmontop makes me want to just come into this and go for a Giga Drain. This Giga Drain will go ahead and take him out. Can't live that. You can't live that. I'm Smug. I'm Smug. And he couldn't go for his Ice Shard because he's choice banded, guys. If that's what you're wondering, that damage has to be choice banded. And my opponent's down to his last Pokemon, the Hitmontop, shiny. Are we gonna see the Intimidate? No Intimidate, so it's Technician. Okay, so let's go over a Giga Drain, get as much damage off as possible. He's gonna fake me out. Okay, that's pretty actually. Oh my gosh. That's Life Orb, Fake Out, Technician. So we're gonna see a Mach Punch here. Oh, I'm about to be so happy. There's a Mach Punch. Take me out. Take me out with this, please. I actually want you to. I could not be happier. I could not be happier with what's going on. You know why? Now, this is a little risky. It's a little risk. Because I don't know that Sharpedo can actually knock him out from this range. So it might not be super justification, but we probably could have just Mega Evolved, gone for the Aqua Jet. But let's see if the Hitmontop will go down to the Life Orb Recoil after the Aqua Jet. Because watch. I could play games, I could go back out into Vision, get some Life Orb Recoil, but I'm pretty confident we have this locked up because we have an E-Speed Arcanine in the back. So let's just see how much this Aqua Jet does. Everyone told me not to run, but now I get to outspeed a Mach Punch, and I get to do a little bit of damage. So, you know what? I'm probably gonna live this too. You're not living that, dude. Come on, it's Technician Life Orb. Listen, that's... If I wanted to, I could have really proved my point. I could have gone out into my Arcanine first. I could have intimidated him, and then I could have gone for a Flare Blitz, brought him down a lot. But you know what? We're not that guy, okay? We are not that guy. We just wanted to have a nice little Pokemon game. Aqua Jet really does do pathetic damage. It's really there for Infernape. That was, to be completely honest, when I was building the team, I saw Infernape and I was like, man, I need to make sure I outspeed every Infernape's Vacuum Wave or Mach Punch. Go for the Flare Blitz here. He's intimidated. Flare Blitz is going to knock him out, and that's going to be the game. That is the game. That was a good game, though. It was a lot of fun. I felt like I had momentum the entire time, to be honest, but it was a lot of fun. Watching that Blissey go down turn 2. Oh, there are only so many things that are as satisfying as that. But Adam, this was a really fun game. I hope you enjoyed as well on your end. I'm just so glad Blissey was gone. The Blissey Chestnut is really scary. But fortunately, having those double fight. Lucario only, I mean, sacked off the Blissey just to get the Arena Trap Earthquake, and it paid off. It really did a lot of work, but then we were able to just, we had extreme speed, unfortunate for my opponent, and we were able to just follow up with another E-Speed with Arcanine. So it was really fun. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure you show some Shady love, that thumbs down below. We want more Wi-Fi in the channel. I think there was a lot of long-lived Wi-Fi comments in the last battle, but not that many likes and support. So we'll see how it goes. I'm enjoying myself, and that's really the number one thing. As long as I'm enjoying myself and then you guys are enjoying yourself, we're going to keep enjoying each other. That sounds really weird. I'm going to get the heck out of here. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady.